On this video, I want to cover a seldom asked question by a team member. And that question is, what do I say to somebody who says at the end of my presentation, oh, I'm going to need to ask my partner. I'm going to need to ask my spouse. What do I say to that? So in this video, I'm going to cover 2 ways to cover that and to be able to overcome that before it even shows up, because that's the best way. So if we've not met before, I'm Lucy. I help female business builders to expand their team and to improve their online skills. So this is a question that does come up from team members, but very seldom do they actually ask it in advance. It's more once the question has come up from their prospect. So it's kind of an objection, but I find it's also a way to stall, and really maybe they're thinking, no, I'm not going to do it, but I don't really want to say no. So this very first way that you can handle this is to have in your script when you're talking to somebody, by the way, are you the decision maker in the household? And they will answer yes or no. If it's a yes, that's great. Carry on with your presentation. If it's a no, ask them, would they want the other person to be listening into this call or to look at the information that you're then going to share with them? So for me personally, I like to have that one-to-one business call with the person that's looking at the business, and then find out if they need to speak to somebody else to help them with that decision. So if I've forgotten to ask at the beginning, which is the first way to deal with it, I will ask them at the end when I send them the information and say, if there's somebody else that needs to help you make that decision or is the decision maker in the household, why don't you look at this information together? Both bring your questions to the next call that we have or the email that you send, whatever your process is, and I'll be able to answer both of your questions. So that way that you're not getting stumped by this other person that hasn't spoken to you, that hasn't heard anything, you haven't built any rapport with, that they are going to stop that other person in their tracks. So we don't want that happening. So the thing to remember with any objection is, if you feel like it's an objection that comes up quite often with you, is to cover that objection before it even comes up, right? So if you know, for example, this is likely to come up because this person is married, then make sure you ask that question that I said at the beginning. Are you the decision maker in the household? It's a real key thing to making sure that you can move forward with the process much more easily, and you'll get far more success because of that. So I hope that helps. And if you have any other questions that you know are seldom asked or even frequently asked, then check out the playlist or check out the next video on here. And you can always subscribe as well to find out other videos that jump up and pop up all the time.